Hey everybody, welcome to the show. My name is Tony Glasgow. On today's show, I'm talking with Coach Ferson Stafford. Coach Third is what they call him. So just go ahead and bring him on in right now. How you doing, Coach?
Hey, how you doing, Tony?
Doing all right, man. All right. How was your day today?
Man, today was pretty good, man. Had a pretty productive day, man. Outside, got a lot of good work in today, man. Even though the weather's a little bit iffy.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I had a pretty chill day to do today too. Didn't do a whole lot. We had an off weekend from baseball with my little one, so pretty chill. So we're good to go. Why don't you give us a little rundown of positions you cover and some of the schools you work with in the Atlanta area?
Okay, gotcha, man. Gotcha. Well, so I specialize in neuromuscular conditioning. So essentially, what it looks like is quick twitch, is speed development, footwork, balance, coordination. My specialty groups are defensive backs, but I work with all positions. So I do my group work with DBs though. So I may work with receivers on an individual basis here or there. I got some linemen that pop into some of my quick twitch groups.
Yeah.
But different positions because ultimately everyone needs the skill set of better footwork and being able to make their nervous system and the muscles be on the same page, especially as they're growing.
Yeah.
A bunch of schools that I work with, man. Pretty much all the schools that are in the Atlanta and metro area. I got a bunch of kids at Parkview High School, Grayson High School, got some at Buford High School, Carrollton, Norcross. All the schools. Most of the schools here in the Atlanta area. Brookwood, to some extent, I work with, their athletes. I'm currently working with the athletes right now.
What exactly does that involve?
Yeah, so like I said, it's neuromuscular conditioning, so the concept is you're getting the nervous system and the muscles on the same page, right? So imagine your 12-year-old athlete that was the star in rec ball. Then as they start to grow and as they start to develop, their nervous system and their muscles aren't necessarily developing at the same rate. So my job is just to help to build that connection. So really, like I said, really a ton of nervous system work, balance, coordination, stability, teaching them to be able to develop ground contact to generate force without having to be really high off the ground and things like that. So really just focusing on their connection with the ground, focusing on movement and transition for their specific position. Okay.
All right. That's pretty technical, man. Where did you get your training or how did you learn how to just instruct that?
Yeah, man. So I have a background. My undergrad at UAB was kinesiology. So I got a little bit of that. My minor at UAB was kinesiology. So I got a lot of that from there. Okay. My undergrad was actually in psychology, right? So I actually got that degree in psychology. So really, I definitely see myself as a habit builder. I teach the athletes how to build efficient habits. So we use a bunch of mnemonics and things like that. So that when the bullets start flying, they have these habits. And I also, man, big shout out to my guy Clay Mack over in Dallas. He's the DB guru. Like that's the guy. And he essentially taught me how to teach. He taught me how to teach. He taught me how to help athletes build habits. He taught me how to identify what habits we need to be building, when, and where, so that we're not just out there just doing random drills. We're doing what each athlete needs, and even the ability to apply that in a group setting as well.
Okay, all right. And how long have you been in this field of training? And I know you've played football all your life, right?
For about 10 years, I've been doing it for myself independently for 6 years. I started, I branched out, the business for myself in COVID.
Oh, okay. Yeah. A lot of people sprouted when that happened because, everybody had to be scattered and, separated. So people just kind of took it upon themselves to do it on their own. So that's good. Did you say you were originally from Atlanta or where are you originally from?
No. So originally I'm from Phoenix City, Alabama, man. That's down by that's down by Columbus, Georgia.
Oh, right. All right. And
I'm a Bama boy, pretty close to Auburn.
Yeah. Okay. And when you were in school, imagine you were a DB, or when your position was DB. Sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I played DB at UAB. Okay. I came in playing corner, and I quickly got moved to safety. Man, just my ability to process the game. Coming from a high school, that was one of the big expectations for us. Regardless of position we played, coach made sure that we, that we understood what everybody has in every situation. So that was something that I was able to take to the college level and be able to play a little bit earlier than I was supposed to, for real.
Yeah. Okay. So how long ago was that? Because you probably, just looking by your age, you probably were at the time when UAB starting to come up. Is that about right?
Yeah. So UAB started in '94. I went there in 2007. So I got there in 2007.
Okay. All right. And at that time, how was the team? Was it pretty decent, or did y'all have to build, or how was it?
Man, we were the stepsister, not step. We were the stepsister of Alabama, Auburn, of everybody in Alabama. Although we had a pretty competitive team, coaching staff was always a carousel. Although I was able to play with my coaching staff, for all 4 years I was there before I got injured. I was able to play with them all 4 years that I was there, but it was still, you could tell the program still being held back. Even now, man, the program's still kind of struggling and being held back by a lot of things, a lot of political aspects, man. Because like I said, we are ultimately the sister school of Alabama. That's why we're University of Alabama at Birmingham. So a lot of politics in play, but we were competitive. We were a Division I program. We were growing though. So when I first got there, man, we were. I guess that they were coming. So when I first got there, our weight room was the size of a closet, man, and so that's something, for a Division I program, man. You in a really small weight room, you got to figure it out, But ultimately, by my third year, we got our own weight room and stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. So what was that dynamic like? You say you were the stepsisters of Alabama. So what was that like just in the locker room? How did you guys handle that?
Yeah, man, for us, man, we just try to focus on being us. We try to focus on being us, and so, and with a program that's still relatively young, especially in '07 when I was there, you really want to focus on trying to establish you want to focus on trying to establish an identity, and so that was our ultimate goal, So, but with major programs, you got Alabamas, you got the Auburns, you got the programs that've been around for a while. They're essentially built on culture. And as you may know, with any program, if you come in and your job is to establish culture, it's going to take time. But with a college program, especially being around other programs, having other programs in close proximity. It gets a little bit difficult, because you already have established fan bases, So even though we were in Birmingham, Tuscaloosa right down the street, Auburn right down the street, So you already have established fan bases. So you're trying to focus on building identity, on establishing the culture. You got culture carousels. You got you got players playing young, So it just kind of the perfect storm for building character, honestly.
Yeah. So I've always seen on TV those evening SEC games like that, and I know you're. It was a little bit different, but what's that feel like, those nighttime games there when it's the stadium's rocking and things are going on? What's that like, man? Do you miss that energy?
Man, I love it, bro. I definitely miss it, man. And so for us, we got a lot of the big time, action, big time fan bases. We got to experience that when we went and played on the road. You know what I mean? So playing at schools like Texas A&M, where you got everybody rocking and doing the same chant, and feel like the whole stadium moving at the same time. Playing at Tennessee when that band strike up, if something happened, they strike that. That was the whole thing at practice, man. Is you don't want that band to strike up. Once that band strike up, it's crazy, So going to the Mississippi States and going to the going to those huge programs and being able to play in those atmospheres, man. Is ultimately what you dream, or is what I dreamed of as a young boy, man.
Yeah, you mentioned A&M. I've been to an A&M game, from Texas and stuff. So I've been to an A&M game. Never been to Tennessee, but I would have to think that Mississippi State stadium has to be the most irritating with all those cowbells going.
Cowbells? Yeah. Oh man, it's annoying, man. The cowbells are annoying. They right there in your ear, like they right there in your ear, man. Even an Ole Miss is crazy, man. Walking, when you first walk out, as a wait till you walk out, you walking out in the middle of you walking out in the middle of the tailgate, you know what I mean? So you see it, so all the fans is, so yeah, man, like and like I said, like those programs are able to build culture, that they raise their kids to be fans of the program and things like that, man. That's something that I ultimately want to be a part of for UAB someday as well.
Yeah. All right. So now let's get back to your individual training and things like that.
Yeah.
How do young athletes get a hold of you? You just word of mouth, everybody just knows you down there, or how does it work for you?
Yeah, man. So word of mouth is actually, man, like my biggest freaking billboard for me, man. I definitely been blessed. Like I said, I'm a psychology guy, so I'm a relationships guy. I'm a people guy. And with the way that I teach, man, a lot of the parents and a lot of athletes are able to identify with it, because I'm able to, as opposed to trying to cut everything, I found a way to scale, being able to meet the athletes where they are and pull them up to where I need them to be. So word of mouth is definitely big for me. I'm building. I've been able to build my social media as well, man. So on Instagram, I'm Coach period 3RD. On Twitter, it's Coach spell out DOT 3RD. I have a YouTube channel as well that's growing tremendously, Coach Third TV. So even at Atlanta, man, I go to I travel to Memphis. I travel to Memphis once. I travel to Memphis twice a month, man. I have some clientele up there as well, man. So definitely growing and scaling, man. When called, I'm in Florida. I'm helping with combine prep or whatever else it is, So I definitely been able to grow, not only the name but the brand as well.
What is your main motivation when you're talking to these kids? What is your main motivation to go out? I know because sometimes I know you just get tired and you've been overworked, and what just gets you up and gets you going, man?
Man, that's a really good question, man. And that's something that my wife and I discussed today, honestly. I just got off the road. I just got back from Memphis. I got in at about 2 in the morning. I had a 9 o'clock session. Take me about 45 minutes to get there this morning, And so for me, sometimes, even when I'm tired, sometimes I have to fabricate that energy, and not in a way that's deceptive, or I'm not really but it's I have to kind of hype myself up, because it is something that I love. I love it to death, and I also understand that the athletes need my energy as well, So they all come to me, with their ears perked up, ready to learn, ready to grow, to them. I'm the guy, to the parents that are watching, the parents that send their kids to me, I'm the guy, So it's extremely important for me to be able to have that energy. And so I may start off and, I on my way there, I may, turn on my gospel music or turn on something that's inspirational for me. And by the time I step out the car, the world has stopped, and like I'm 1,000 miles an hour, and I'm able to give them what they need, And so to be able to be someone that's alike, to be able to be someone that they can come and develop with and grow with, that's my motivation. Is to be able to give them something that honestly, when I was coming up, I didn't have. I couldn't afford a trainer. I didn't even really know about training. I had to figure it out the whole way through. So for me, that's kind of what helps drive my patience. That helps drive my motivation to continue to move and to keep the kids going and things like that, is being able to be a light for them.
Yeah. Okay. So I know you mentioned a couple of times you're a light for the kids that you train.
Yep.
How do you motivate them? Not motivate them, but how do you encourage them to do the right thing, to stay on the right path, and keep training even though they don't feel like doing it? What is the best way that you found to motivate them?
Yeah. That's a really good question, Tony. I appreciate that. Any athlete that has ever worked with me will tell you that the first thing that they hear from me is that I don't motivate anybody. And that's because I feel like my job is to help them build momentum so that they're able to motivate themselves in the future and over and over and over again. So if I have to motivate you today, I got to motivate you tomorrow. And, and essentially my cup going to be empty, and I'm going to be that burnt out coach, that's the person that you didn't come see. So for me, is like I said, the process of helping them build momentum. That means being able to be patient with them, being able to teach them how to communicate with themselves, being able to teach them positive self-talk, what that looks like, being able to demonstrate it to them. Being able to show them some situations and some scenarios where, hey, coach don't want to. Sometimes coach wake up and feel like this, but I push through, because I got a family to feed, because I got, I have dreams, I have aspirations myself. So essentially, to answer your question, I know it's a little bit long-winded, but to answer your question, man, the ideal for me is to help them to build momentum, by showing them not only through me, but also showing them, through them, and helping them through some of the times where, man, you remember we did this right here, you thought you would never be able to get it right, but you got it right, just being that sounding board for them, to be able to point back to the times where they didn't think that they can do it, and they pushed through it and they figured it out, so that they can carry that over to the next thing or the next ideal or the next problem in their life, and then being able to kind of show them how it carries over, to other problems, not just football related, not just sports related, but life issues, So I get a lot of athletes that come and they talk to me, because I can't tell dad this, or I can't tell, or whatever. And the parents understand, and ultimately I'm not there to give them, any any negative advice or anything like that, but I do want to help to guide them along the way, So if I'm a safe space for them, I'm a safe space for them, and a lot of them are able to find ways to use the game, to be able to, to be able to drown out some of the noise.
So this is a question I ask all my guests. It's kind of a different question than what we've been talking about. So, is there a TV show, song, or a movie that you'd be embarrassed if your friends knew about it? Like, so I just always say mine. I don't care now, but mine is Party in the USA. Back in the day, from my kids were little. I blame it on them because I say they want to hear it and everything, but I did like the song, so.
Yeah, man. And then wrong with Lil Miley, man. For me, I have girls. I got 4 girls, man. So a lot of the Disney stuff, man. I was literally in the car like before we got on. I played the Princess and the Frog soundtrack, and like I'm singing. Like my baby girl's in the back singing, like I'm singing along too. Like I didn't even know I knew the words. But but like I said, I probably get a pass on that because of the girls. That's what I like to tell myself. But for me, man, and I mean, not that I would be embarrassed about it, but just you probably wouldn't look at me and think, but like I'm a huge Ed Sheeran fan. Like I'm a huge I want to go to the concert. I'm a huge Ed. Like that's I know every song. Like I'm singing it in the car. Like sometimes before I go train, I put some Ed Sheeran in. Like just something I know all the words to. So that's me.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran ain't bad. He did a acoustic thing with Tori Kelly a while back that was pretty good. I don't remember the name of the song, but it was I was playing that one like crazy too.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So what do you do? You say you have 4 girls, and so what do y'all do just for fun when you're not coaching or training? I know it's probably always on your mind, but what do you do just to relax and hang out with the girls and your wife and all that?
Yeah, so I got 4 girls and a son. My son, like he's me. He's pretty laid back. He try to be out the way. I'm like, nah, you finna get some of this. But outside of training and trying to keep them folks happy, it's really I'm a family guy, So I can't. I'm a family guy, man. I like to fish. I'm a country boy too, so I like to fish. And I'm actually gonna hop on the grill in a little bit, man. Like I fire up a grill at any time, man. It was storming the other day. I was on the grill. Like I just grilled the other day. Like I was out there in the storm on the grill. Like I love the grill. I love to prepare food, for the family and just see them enjoy it and smiling and stuff like that, man. I'm not a big game person. I got a PlayStation and an Xbox, but that it just sits. I said I was gonna try to get into that, but now and reading, like I'm a reader. I love I'm trying to find a book. I love Malcolm Gladwell. All his stuff. Yeah. You'll catch me reading one of them books, in a heartbeat and running through them too, man.
Did you go to the DB retreat last year?
And so even though I didn't go, it's crazy because even though I didn't go last year, I'm still reaping the benefits of that networking, man. Because we started some group chats earlier. I had a chance to talk with a lot of those coaches. So when I go to Memphis, I see Coach Sauce, who's in the group as well. Coach Bowman in the group as well. So even though I didn't get to actually attend, because I think it was the day before, man. I had an incident in the family, man, where I had to be present. But like I said, it's I can tell it's gonna be a tremendous opportunity. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I just attended one day last year. I'm planning on going to a couple more days this year. All right. Anything else you want to add? You want to shout out to anybody right now? And
Yeah, I mean, I guess, man, for any trainer that's interested in training, man, just focus on teaching, focus on being a good teacher. You ain't got to try to do too much. Find a lane, stay in it, be a unicorn. Try to offer something, that no one else is offering, but make it make sense.
yeah,
To any athletes that's trying to get that scholarship or trying to reach that goal or whatever it is, work. I know you probably hear it a million times, but hard work. I tell my guys all the time, you can't bake a cake in the microwave, so I mean you can, but it ain't gonna turn out how you want it to be. On the outside it might look like it's good, but as soon as you dig into it, there's no substance. And it's not gonna be any good for you. So be patient. Allow the process to do what it do. And allow God to help move you through that process, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it is about Malik, but man, he attracts the most genuine, down to earth people, man. Everybody that I've talked to from meeting Malik has just been solid, cool people, man. I like just meeting nice, genuine people. That's not really a lot of fluff and about all this and that. Just straightforward. I like that.
Yeah, man. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool, man.
Well, hey, man, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. I appreciate your time, and I know it's later there than here, and I didn't take that in consideration, but I appreciate you taking off the time for me.
It's fine, man. I was looking forward to this, man. And again, thank you for your time as well, man. Thank you for considering me for this, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. All right, yes, sir. You have a good night.
All right, be blessed, brother.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.